decision on relaxing restrictions to next Friday. Australians have earned an early mark through the work that they have done, and that decision will now be made on next Friday, and we'll be meeting twice over the course of the next week to ensure that we can work through the many things that have to be resolved in order to make those decisions. Our plan has been to get the virus under control and to ensure that we can contain it, to get the preparations in place for our ICU systems and health systems, and to get the protections in place, the build-up of the tracing capabilities within state health departments, the expansion of our ICU facilities, the build-up and training of our workforces, to ensure we can get the respirators in place and the access to the critical testing equipment and the tests as well as the personal protective equipment. Today they considered, at the reporting of the expert medical panel, a series of conditions precedent that needed to be satisfied in order to go forward with the easing restrictions. And 11 out of those 15 conditions have already been met, and the Chief Medical Officer will go into further detail on those. But of those that remain outstanding, there is one that Australians can do something about, and that is downloading the COVID Safe app. This is a critical issue for National Cabinet when it comes to making decisions next Friday about how restrictions can be eased. There are currently over 3.5 million downloads and registrations of the COVID Safe app, and there needs to be millions more. This is incredibly important. As I explained it the other day, it's like not putting on sunscreen to go out into the blazing sun. The coronavirus is still out there. Our numbers may be low, but it's still out there. And if we allow Australians back out into a more open economy, a more open environment, without the protection of the COVID Safe app, which enables us to know who has been in contact, how we can isolate those groups, how we can constrain and constrict that virus from getting to other people. We need that tool so we can open up the economy, and that's why it's so important. So if you haven't downloaded the app yet, download it. If you know someone who hasn't downloaded the app yet and you have, encourage them to do so. Because if you're doing that, then that is enabling the National Cabinet to be able to ease these restrictions next Friday. It's about putting the health protections in place so we can ensure that the coronavirus does not get a run on it again. Sorry. When we move to reduce those restrictions, the National Cabinet is very adamant that we want to ensure we keep moving forward. We do not want to go into a start-stop or even worse, reverse process into the future. When we start opening up businesses again, that is going to require those businesses opening the doors, getting people back in, taking risks, and we don't want that to have to be reversed because of the virus getting a run on again. And that's why it's important that we get these protections in place. Kate Langbrook, I thought, put it pretty well last night when she said we've got to be like the emblems on our coat of arms, the kangaroo and the emu. They only go forward, and we only want to go forward when it comes to this. So it's pretty important that we get people downloading that app over the course of the next week. So it's over to you, Australia, as we go through this next 7 days.